You suspended the assessors meeting and you moved it to the next night. My client left the assessors meeting. There was no council meeting lawfully scheduled for the next night. It had been scheduled the night before. These aren't technicalities. The FOA is not a technicality. It has to be applied. And it has to be followed. And the court will follow it. And the court will apply it, I assure you. Now, so that's Exhibit 7, and I'm placing that on the record. So, my client never left a council meeting. There was no lawful council meeting scheduled for September 15th. There was one scheduled the 14th. It never occurred. Never was commenced. Never was adjourned. Never was open. Never occurred. You have to follow the Freedom of Access Act. You have to notice a public meeting. If you have a council meeting, you never did. You suspended an assessor's meeting. My client left the assessor's meeting. There's no requirement that he be at an assessor's meeting. So that's the first reason I say that this is retaliation for the exercise of this whistleblower's rights, because the reason you've given is baloney. I can prove it's baloney. I got a tape to show it's baloney. And so I can't believe that that's the real reason, and I don't think a jury's going to believe that that's the real reason. Now, how has my client exercised rights pursuant to Maine's Whistleblower Protection Act? In a very, very direct way. Here's what happened. Exhibit 1. These are the notes of the August 17th meeting. Discussed Riverview Drive, the drive that I believe this gentleman's house is on.
No.
No.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. Okay. Riverview Drive. Oh, no, excuse me. Excuse me. That's right. Franklin Street, the street that I believe this gentleman's house is on. Discussed Franklin Street. Motion by Mike to not pave Franklin Street this year. A motion by Mr. Brissett. Don't want to pave it. And in a remarkable turn, the chair says, well, I'm not going to accept that motion tonight. I don't know by what parliamentary authority, but I'm not going to accept it tonight. Bring it up at next meeting. I want to see the road. That's August 17th. 3 emails are circulated by Mr. Brissett. And both of these gentlemen, we're going to have a special meeting. We want to get this Franklin Street thing done because on the paving plan, it was to happen this year.
That was an illegal meeting. They had to call that meeting.
So, the meeting, so the next day, August 18th, my client sees an illegal meeting going on. There's Mr. Brissett, there's Mr. Dumond, and there's the chair. Franklin Street conducting an illegal meeting. He took their picture. It's not noticed. They're discussing town business. A jury's going to conclude that they discussed town business. Why? Why? Well, because that very night, Mr. Brissett calls my client up and says, I changed my mind. Now I want Franklin Street to be paved. This very night. And what my client did in exercising his whistleblower protection rights is he called you on it. He called you on it. He said, and this is September, and this is August 18th minutes, he said, you had an illegal meeting. And he embarrassed you. And that's all this is about. He publicly embarrassed you because you guys don't follow the rules. And that's all this is about. And there's further proof of it. And how do I know that? Well, because when he leaves the assessors meeting, you decide on discipline. You know what? We're going to discipline Randy. We're going to discipline. So you move to discipline. You're going to reprimand him. All right, you're going to reprimand. And you're going to put him on probation. And then you adjourn. Now, Mr. Brissett did change his mind, and so he had voted in August, after this illegal meeting took place, he had voted, with you two, of course, to pave Franklin Street. According to the paving plan. It's right in the minutes, according to the road plan. So the paving on September 19th, the day after you decide on the appropriate discipline for my client, this written reprimand, my client's crew stakes out the road according to the plan, 33 feet, says it right in there, 33 feet, right along the pins, 33 feet, curb to curb. And he has this gentleman and this gentleman, the board chair, down in his office saying, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm paving according to the plan. No, we want you to pave this guy's driveway. That's what we want you to pave. We want you to pave right up to his door. Right up to his door. Voted on, and they are to vote, to pave, and to pave only according to the road plan. Road plan is 33 feet, curb to curb. Not paving this gentleman's driveway with taxpayer money. That's not lawful. And what that is further exercise of his whistleblower protection rights. So then what happens? Well, then there's another council meeting, and you want him to sign his reprimand. There's no law that requires him to sign his reprimand. You can't find a law anywhere in the country that requires an employee who's being disciplined to sign the reprimand. All you simply do is notate on there, report employee refuses to sign, you put it in his personnel file. It happens every day. So what happens? Mr. Brissett, after this encounter where my client refuses to pave this councilor's driveway at taxpayers' expense, what happens? Oh. Terminate on the spot in direct violation of the statutory process that you're obligated to follow. It's the only authority you have, gentlemen. No removal, no. Vote turn in right now. Not for anything other than he called you out. And you're embarrassed. And you've retaliated. So, and here's the other thing you do. You direct him illegally, no vote, no town action. The town action was pave according to the plan. What do? That morning, you send directives to him, illegal, no vote. Stop the paving. We need to talk about this.